Welcome to Make All the Things with Me. Welcome to the Artistry Collective's live event on Wednesdays for Craft and Chat Live. It's Wednesday and our theme tonight is Busted Canvas, the viral trending busted canvas. Have you made one? Do you want to? So come on in, say hi, let me know where you're watching from. I am going to try to find myself so I can look at the comments, because I think I'm going to be looking down tonight because I'm doing something a little bit differently. And let's see. I'm just going to wait for a few of you to pop on and say hi. Oh, that's how my Wednesday's been. But let me see here. So you might have come from Shauna's page, Frapps and Scraps. If you have, let me know. We are not sure if Christy is crafting with us. I did not see her in Shauna's live. Let's see here. I'm just trying to share myself out, let everyone know that we are live and we are crafting. There she is. Hello, my friend. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out the share thing. Let's see. So, I'm going to tell you in just a second how I changed my mind. Oh my goodness. I am sorry. Thank you for your patience. Hey, Pina, I am well. Hey, Sharon, hello. Laurel, hi. So Shauna was just talking about, she went to see Beetlejuice, and she said she wasn't quite thrilled, but Laurel and I are planning to go see Beetlejuice I think next week, either Tuesday or Thursday, right, Laurel? We'll have to decide. All right, let me get back to YouTube. There I am. Okay. All right. Okay, so I have done a busted canvas. I did it a little bit differently, not so much what everybody else was doing. Yep, either one. Okay, perfect. We'll have to talk. I miss you so much, Laurel. Ronnie B, hello, how are you? Levon, hello. It's a fun time, just not the OG. Yeah, it never is the OG, right? Hey, Marie, how are you? And this is cool, so cool. Well, hey, S3 Ados. I don't know these screen names. Okay, so I am working with paper. Okay, as a paper crafter, you know that this busted canvas is nothing new. I laughed when everyone started doing it, right? Us paper crafters have been busting through paper forever. So I am going to work with paper. I'm going to make a card. So originally I grabbed a Gina K stamp set. It's really cute. It's called, I think it's like Woodland Animals or something like that. It's called, yeah, Woodland Friends. Okay, I was going to do this. I always grab, right? It's been around for years. It is nothing new. I always grab this because it's right on top. I watched Shauna, Frapps and Scraps, and she had a napkin with skeletons on it. She went Halloween, and I'm like, wait a minute, I have stamps with skeletons. I went nuts looking for it. Oh my gosh, I made such a mess. I am so upset. Because now I got to clean up the mess. And I've been trying really hard to clean up after I craft, and it really hasn't, you know. So then I love skulls. I love skeletons. I love sugar skulls. So of course I have this stamp set. I have an old little stamp set from Michael's somewhere. It's a little one. Yeah, you did one a while ago, right? Okay. And I was going to use these little skulls because it's too big. I mean, it's not too big. I could definitely bust out a piece of paper and have that in the middle. And of course, this comes with die cut, which I think I'm going to be playing with this weekend. I'm going to maybe make some Halloween cards. This comes from a company that no longer exists, and I am so heartbroken about it. Originally, it was the Hedgehog Hollow, and then she created Maker Forte, an amazing company. But she closed up shop, so it doesn't exist anymore. I'm sure you could probably find it someplace where somebody has, you know, old stamp sets. You do a search for it, I don't know, online, where you get like old retired stuff. But of course it's Halloween, and I ordered, you know, all of them. So I got this one that is for, you know, the Day of the Dead, and then it came also with this little add-on that has some fun sayings like Happy Fiesta, La Memoria, Remember, Celebrate, Till Death Do Us Part, Buen Dia de Muertes, and Day of the Dead. And then this one has sayings on it also. Let's see, be this way. Of course, I have it backwards. Dia de los Muertos. I cannot speak Spanish. Oop, your cat says hello. Well, hey, cat. So it has Shake, Rattle, and Roll Together Forever, and it has the little bride and groom. It has a guitar. It has some dancing skeletons. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the bride. Let's leave this over here for now. And I have not bought designer paper, scrapbook paper in a really, really long time. Because I'm a paper hoarder, because I never wanted to use it. I have a lot of it, and I don't do as much paper crafting as I used to. A long, long time ago, I was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and Stampin' Up! Offers their designer papers, which are double-sided, okay? Double-sided, right? I know, like, I have a few books from Michael's and Hobby Lobby, and they are not double-sided. I don't even know if you could, like, go to those stores. I know they're paper crafts. They have, the paper crafting aisles aren't what they used to be. There's not that much. And in the books, I never find where they're double-sided. But I'm sure online you can find double-sided paper. So see, and it coordinates, right? You get a package like, and it all coordinates, you know? You can tell I like polka dots. This and this. That's why I picked out this paper, and I really don't have that much left. I think I showed that one. And I was going through my stash, and I was like, wow, I really don't have that much of this. And this paper is old. It's old. Joann's has double-sided paper. Ooh, I'll have to go check it out. Do they have it in books, or where they sell it single, you know, individually? I think I'm going to use this one. This one. I went into my scrap pile. I have a box of scrap paper. I think I'm going to use this one because it's black and pink. All right, and that's it. And then I have some cardstock for the base. Let's see. So this is Recollections. And then I have some Gina K cardstock, which is very thick, and it's great for a base. Don't have to layer it. It'll stand up on its own. The Recollections, I think, is 65-pound weight, and it's very thin. So you do have to layer it in order for it to be a sturdy card, which is no problem because I always layer my cards. Let's do a dark gray. Why not? All right, let's start cutting. Pat's? Really? Oh, I have to go check it out then. No, I don't. I don't need paper. Scratch that. I don't need paper. All right, let me put this over here. I even got my little die cut machine out. All right, standard card. I think it's standard in America. An A2 size card is 5.5 by 4.25. So this is an 8.5 by 11 size piece of paper. And I don't know why I'm always clumsy when I talk about card making. I know because there's like so many card makers, and I'm not a pro. I'm not, you know, I dabble. Well, I more than dabble, but, and I haven't done it in so long. All right, so I'm just going to cut this in half at 5.5. And that's, I start because I used to have the measurements memorized, but not so much anymore. You always say no more paper, and it just happens. Yeah, and now you can print paper, which is amazing too, right? There's creators designing digital designs, and you can just download it and print it right on your printer. All right, I'm gonna fold it in half. So I start with the base because I don't have the measurements memorized anymore. You say that with fabric and it still just shows up, right? Okay, yeah, no, but this is like for real, for real. Okay, so this is 4.25 by 5.5. And I don't know, it used to be you go down a quarter, no, right? A quarter of an eighth of an inch and have a little border. Depends what you like. Since this is going to be a layered card, I'm probably going to go really close to that. So let me just trim up this paper so I'm working with something kind of straight. And I used to keep every little bit of scrap paper. Not so much anymore. I had boxes and boxes of scraps. And I would always, you know, it was never the right size, so then I would have to just cut down. Digital papers, yes, yes. We did that for an event with line.art. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't think I need this anymore. All right, so this is 4.25 by 5.5. So, all right, cool, good. This is big enough. I hold it upside down because so I can see the measurement right in front of me. I know some people do it this way, and this I'm right-handed, so it's made for this, and I rarely like look at it up that way, but I like it down by me. So somehow I always end up cutting the paper having the paper trimmer backwards. All right, so for this one, I think I'm just going to go in. I gotta count how many. So 1/4 of an inch. Just have 1/4 of an inch border. So it was 5.5. I just went in 1/4 of an inch, and then it's 4, and actually, I think I went in 1/8 of an inch. 1/8 of an inch I went in. So this is 4.25, and let's do the same there. All right, 4.25. And just to double check. So this is what it looks like that. Tiny little border. Simple enough. Okay. This is Nina, is it Nina Crest? Solar White. I should have looked at the box. I've had it forever. It is one of the best papers to stamp on and to color. It's ultra smooth, ultra white, and I'm cutting this at 5.5 and 4.25, and then know why I didn't do it before, but let's just go in a little bit because I'm going to make it the same size as that first layer. Maybe just a smidge smaller. All right, so just in case you don't have double-sided paper, take 2 sheets of cardstock of designer paper. What is it called? Decorated, what is it called now? I don't even know. I don't even know the paper lingo. And just glue them together, right? So let's just say I didn't like this, but I liked this on the back of it. Just cut it out and glue it together, and you have double-sided paper. And it's important to have double-sided paper. You want something coming through because we're busting through the canvas. I don't want to lose this. I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that. Is that all I need? I think that's all I need. All right. Maybe. Okay, of all these that I have here, none of these will go with that theme unless I do. See, I should have taken all of my papers out. Oh, none of it goes. No worries, because if you don't have designer paper, you have stamps or you have stencils, you can make your own designer paper. Let's see. I need something to go with that. And green. Yeah, it's Halloween. Let's do green. Let me cut this one down to size. And I'll show you in a minute why. Let me see. All right, perfect. It just happens to be the right size. And do you see those ridges? I have a little corrugator machine gadget that does that. You can do it with this scoring board. I happen to have it, and where is it? I would show you, but it is the coolest thing. Maybe one night we'll do textured paper or different techniques with paper. All right, let me get her out. I used my Misty, which is the most incredible stamping tool invented. It is called a Misty, and it is a stamp platform, and it takes the place of using an acrylic block. And it also allows you to stamp exactly where you want on a page. Let's just say I had stamped all around this with, you know, like there's flowers on here. And if I put the flowers on there, and placement was important. So I can put this down, put the stamp where I want it, and it will stamp exactly in the place that I needed to stamp. And let's just say I don't get a good image. I can restamp it, and we'll go stamp in the exact same spot where it was before. No guessing, no nothing. That's what makes these, you know, even with an acrylic block, even, and this is a photopolymer stamp, even with an acrylic block, it's really hard to line it up exactly. This lines it up every time exactly where you need it, where you had it before. Back in the day, before they had these, we used rubber stamps with wood blocks that looked like this. And if you made a mistake, you'd have to turn the paper over and stamp it again. It was near impossible to get a clear, you know, to stamp over it again. You can't see anything. There is a tool called a Stamp-a-majig, and I do not have it anywhere near me right now, but they did invent this tool. It was a Stamp-a-majig, where you can line it up and, you know, hope that it worked and nothing moves. There's no air, no wind moving anything around. Those were the old days, and I still have these stamps around. You know, I have a few favorites. I did get rid of a lot, but I have a few favorites that I keep. All right, so there is a smooth side, and then there is the side with the image. That's the side that you want to stamp on. If it is a brand new stamp, what you want to do is condition your stamp by just rubbing your finger on it, just to get the oils and the dust and whatever debris there might be. Stamping platforms are priceless. Yes, they are. To help the ink stick better to it. So what you do is you put it down on your paper, bring the tool over, give it a little press, and now it's on here. This is grid, so for placement of words and things that I don't think we're going to do tonight. All right, so I'm going to put that there. Get my ink pad out. Here it is. I'm using VersaFine Clear ink. One of my favorites. It is it's a pigment ink. It is, I'm pretty sure it's archival safe. And it's waterproof, and you can use almost any medium with it. Watercolors, pencils, alcohol markers, water-based markers, all the things. All right, take your ink pad to the stamp right here. And I know it's really hard to see because you're watching me this way and I'm working that way. But I get it inked up the best I can. I'm going to bring her over, a little bit of pressure. And let's just say you have bad hands. There is a little tool that I have somewhere that I made that you could just rub over it. And there she is. It's a perfect image. But let's just say she wasn't. Nothing has moved. This is a little magnet. There's metal in here. This is made out of metal, and there's a magnet. It holds the cardstock in place. Most of the time, 99.9% of the time, it doesn't move. And if that wasn't a perfect image, say it missed a spot, I just ink this up again and put it right back down, and it goes down to the exact same spot of where it was placed. Nothing gets ruined. And let's move her back over here. And I'm going to color her, and I'm going to have to fussy cut her, which means I'm going to have to use scissors to cut her out because I don't have a die cut for this. So I was thinking that tonight I'll use some pencils. I haven't used pencils in a really long time. Really out of practice. So I'm going to take a blending stump, a really sharp one, a brand new one. Because I'm going to use some Gamsol, which is, it's like a mineral spirit, and it helps with the blending of certain pencils. Prismacolor pencils, I forgot why, but whatever the material is that they're made out of, like, I am so unprepared. I just know these things. That they are really good for pencils. They have a soft core. Not all pencils are created equal. I do know that these do work with the mineral spirits. And yeah, it does matter what you use. Now, I need my pencil sharpener. I could not find my electric pencil sharpener, and it's not in here. Oh goodness. Whoa. Oh. have an electric one, and I was looking for it, and I couldn't find it, and I was running out of time. All right, so I'm just going to color with dull pencils. I'm just going to try to pick the sharpest ones, because tonight I am not the sharpest crayon in the box. Okay, I keep it in here, just a little container to dip my blending stump with. All right, and I'm just going to color her in. And I'm still sitting here thinking, oh, you know what? I don't want to do her in white. Let's do her in like a tan color. And I don't have the big box of pencils with all the colors. I just have some of the colors. All right, so since she is a dead bride, I'm not putting her in white. I'm just going to do like a little yellowish color. And I'm just going to go around the edges. And you know, when you were a kid and you were coloring and you did really hard lines around the edges, that's kind of what you want to do. Well, that is what you want to do. So then you can blend them. You don't have to color the whole thing. Girl, you're sharp as a tack. Never think different. Oh, Laura, I love you. I should have been more prepared, but I changed my mind at the last minute of what I was going to do, and I was desperately searching for my supplies. So I just broke the tip. I started my old new job. Started a new job, but it's a place where I used to work. I'm adjusting. I'm adjusting. It doesn't really feel like I never left. But it feels like I've always been there. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. All right, and I'm just going over. I'm just going to color all the areas in, and then I'll show you step by step what I'm doing. So this morning I left to go to work, and I went the wrong way. I went like I was going to my job, my old job. Hey Kim, hi friend, how are you? Hopelessly less stressful. You know what? It feels a little bit less stressful. They were all stressed. They're stressed all the time. I don't know why. It wasn't that stressful for me. Like, you know, I don't know. But I left my driveway and I made a right out of my driveway. And then I'm like, oh, I went the wrong way, because I was going to go, you know, the back way to work, not take the highway to work. But then I ended up taking the highway because I was going to my job, my old job. I'm so confused. That's how I feel lately. Confused. Very confused. I think I'm going to make her a redhead. So I can do this like each color at a time, then do the blending. Or, you know, you can color the whole thing and then do the blending. And hopefully I'll get it right. And this is like probably one of my favorite things. Laurel, who's on here a few years ago, gave me a coloring book that I absolutely love, and I make copies of the pages because I want to keep the coloring book intact, and I'll just sit and color, watch TV, and I just sit and color. see. And it is so relaxing and so therapeutic. It is relaxing. I haven't colored in so long. And, and right now, like, because I'm not really coloring yet, I feel off. I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't right. This is not right. You know, because I'm outlining. And I'm just choosing random colors. And this is a really small stamp. And the image is really, really small. So there's really not too much, probably, that I'll have to blend. I gotta tell you, I really miss my coworkers. I absolutely love them. It's hard, especially Laurel. Laurel and I worked together for like 12 years, and then she left and we were separated for like 3 years, and then we worked together for another 1.5 years, and I left. But we have a standing date to get together. Just getting used to a new normal. All right, so I am dipping this into the mineral spirits. I'm just gonna let it sit there a little bit, let it soak that up. And this is like, you know, toddler grade coloring, right? But the magic happens when you start to blend. And now you do the same thing, and you just blend it in, and then you just grab your pencil if you feel like you need more, but I don't think I will, because the areas are small. It's not a big area that I have to color, and it is blending beautifully. Oh my goodness. And then I can even go in and shade and, you know, make some shadows. All right, so that's not what I wanted to use. I just need a piece of scrap. All right. So I just have a piece of scrap paper here, and I'm just cleaning off the color on the stump. You love using pencils too. It's what you started with way back when. Yeah. Do you remember the watercolor pencils? I still have those. I still have my original ones from Stampin' Up. And then they had the watercolor crayons, which I believe now Tim Holtz has, but he calls them distress crayons. I don't have any of Tim's crayons, because I still have the watercolor crayons from Stampin' Up, which I need to get my stuff out and just start using those. I have a box of regular crayons that I use on a regular basis. Hey Corey, Creative Roots Art by Corey, how are you, my friend? Happy Wednesday. All right, let me show you what it's looking like right now. So you saw what it looked like before. Now I just filled in her hair. I filled in the purples. I'm gonna do her dress. You love to use chalk pencils. You know what? I got these. I found these at Dollar Tree one time, and I picked them up. They're oil pastels. I've never used them. I don't know how to use them. They look like this. I'm gonna have to do some research. If any of you know, let me know. But I've never used them. I bought them because, you know, they were $1 when I got them. Dollar Tree was still $1. And I had never heard of oil pastels. But I grabbed them and I never used them. Let me do her dress here. And I'm just blending the color. And I have some sandpaper here which sharpens the stumps. Oh, you used to do oil pastel drawings all the time years and years ago? Why are they, how are they different from regular pastels? I think, what are the other pastels, like chalk? Yeah, I didn't clean the stump out very well. So let me grab some of the yellow. Make it a little bit brighter and darker. They are oil based. So how do you blend them? Do you use your fingers to blend them? Do you use a brush? Do you use, I don't know, what else can you use? A blending stump? What else do you use to blend the oil pastels? Have you used them? Any and all the things? Really? I remember in high school in art class we did chalks and I don't know if I used, no, I didn't use oil pastels because I would have known what they were. I'll have to try it. You're not sure, but I bet they are more vibrant in color. Ooh. And they are messy. Yeah, of course they are. Aren't all the good blendy things messy? And of course, you know, I don't have different shades of a color. I am loving coloring tonight. And the Gamsol dries up really quickly. All right. You don't like to get I love how you paint. You use everything. And there she is. Right? Just a quick little. Now, I haven't seen Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage, so I'm thinking she is not feeling well and she may not come on tonight. Shauna, if you want to check Messenger and see if she sent us a message, because tonight is Wednesday, we are the Artistry Collective. It is Frapps and Scraps, Make All the Things With Me, and Christy's Crafty Cottage. Thank you. We come on live on Wednesday starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shauna kicks us off at 7. I go on at 8, and Christy comes on at 9. All right, let me get my little scissors. All right, like I said, I don't have a die cut for her, so I have to fussy cut her. I'm trying to get as close to the image as possible. This is what we used to do back in the old days, before the die cuts, before the cutting machines, before all the things that made our life easier and we can't live without. Last message said, playing it by ear. Okay, alrighty. I haven't seen her. I didn't see her on your live, so I'm thinking she is not feeling well. Please send up prayers for Christy. She has not been feeling well for a while. Her allergies are really, really bad right now, and her bronchitis acted up. And I know if she was going to go live, she would be here right now, even when she doesn't feel good. So she must really not be feeling well. Yes, prayers for Christy. Thank you. So if you watched Shauna, you heard her say that I was inspired by her busted out canvas on a journal. That was so clever, my friend. And I said, you know what? Let's do a busted out canvas. I never intended to use an actual canvas. I tend to really kind of shy away from those kinds of trends. Plus, I already did one. So I just remembered that, you know, us paper crafters have been doing this for a long, long time. So I wanted to bring it back old school. Okay, here she is, all cut out. And no, I need this. Let's bust out our canvas. So I was going to put her on here, but then it said I was going to put her on here, right? And let me just make sure that these are the same size. You're not usually one on the bandwagon either, but you haven't, no, I don't think I've seen it in any journals either. I think you were the first journal that I saw it on. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do, and she will sit on here, and this will be the busted out part. So let's put this to the side, and let's lay this on here. I am going to get out a sharp, something to cut it with. All right. And I'm going to make, where do I want her? I'll decide where I want her later. And this is just inspiration, okay? This is just playing around with an idea. I'll usually do this just to get a little head start on an idea, and then I work on it, make another one, make it different. So I just made an X, might be able to see it better here, on this. And a lot of times I don't like things to be like totally straight. So I am tearing this. And you could put as many cuts or slits as you want on the piece. And you could make it really busted out and make a whole bunch of little busted out pieces. And on this paper, because it's double-sided, it has a white core, which means when you tear it, white paper, it's like printed on here. So the middle of it shows. And then I'm just going to go about and I'm just going to fold it back. And I'm going to grab my Beacon Fabri-Tac glue and start gluing them. But I also brought out some brads. So maybe I'll do a brad. And because otherwise I'll have to be holding this until it dries. Okay, let's take out some, I have some tiny little brads, maybe like pewter color. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, that glued. All right, I'm just going to grab a pokey tool because these are really little, and I'm just going to poke a hole. Usually I have a little paper punch for this, but I can just poke a hole because not everybody has all the things. And I'm just poking a hole just right through it. Push the brad through. And eyelets. Oh my gosh, remember eyelets? Did you say brads? What is a brad? Oh, let me show you what a brad is. Okay, this is really, really tiny, and I don't have any big ones. But, oh my goodness, this is really, really tiny. I don't know if you could see it. I don't know if you could see it. Opens up. Here, oh, here's a green one. Okay. It's a paper fastener. Oh my goodness. You know, like the big file, when you make have a big file holder and you punch a hole and it's like those big brass things, and then you open up the wings like this. Do you see it? I have tiny ones. I have big ones somewhere. I don't know where they are. But you see that? That is a brad. And you could do so many fun things with this. Like you can make something movable, make something spin, it'll hold it. Super fun. Oh, and you know what? Let me put the green one in there because, you know, the paper over here is green. And I'm sure this isn't like cool. And this is just my mock-up card. It's just an inspiration card. After this, then you make like your real good card. All right, so see what it looks like there? And see how I fastened it? And you can hardly tell. Do you see that? Regina, you almost missed me. All right, so I'm doing a busted card instead of a canvas. And Shauna did use a canvas. She made a journal, which you really need to go see. And the links to Frapps Scraps and Christie's Crafty Cottage, the links to their pages are in my description. So check them out. Subscribe to their channels. Join us here on Wednesdays for lots of inspiration and fun conversation. And I'm just using a pokey tool just to poke through the paper. Sometimes I have a hole punch, but I don't know where it is. So I'm using the pokey tool. And Regina, I'm paper crafting tonight. Okay. So here's the busted out canvas using double-sided scrapbook paper, right? And now, when people are doing the busted out canvas, they're using a canvas, which is it still here? I had one over here, which has a frame and then it has a stretched canvas over it. So I don't have one here. They bust out the canvas. It's like 3D. You see, yeah. So I could make this flat like this, okay? Or we can add some dimension to it with foam tape. So here's my little basket of tape. Let's grab this. I have 3M tape. I have all kinds of foam squares, all kinds of dimensional tape. This is from Dollar Tree. I think it comes in a 3-pack or a 4-pack. But this stuff really, really works. Even the foam squares from Dollar Tree work really, really well. All right, so what I'm going to do is turn this around. I'm going to make mine dimensional because I love that. I'm going to put it on the edge here. And I could probably stick some more on there. You know, closer to the edge. Let's see how much tape I have. Making sure it lays flat. This is what it looks like. I have a little bit left, so I'm going to use it. No, I'm not. This is not quite the same thickness, but it'll work. Okay. Now, let me put another one on there. Now I'm peeling off the backing, and I am going to put a little bit of glue. Not so much for the stick factor, because I know that this tape sticks really, really well, but for the wiggle room, because once it goes down, it's really hard to get it back up and to adjust it and move it. So I like to use the liquid glue to help adjusting your paper onto the surface. So just a little bit on each strip. Not much, just a little bit. It looks like I'm putting a lot on, but I'm not. It's just a really thin strip of glue. And this will give me a little bit of wiggle room just in case I put down my paper in the wrong spot. And that's what we have. Isn't that cool? And she will go right in here, and I'm going to make her flat. I was going to use a wobble, but I only have one little wobble left, and I'm going to save it. Maybe next week I'll make a ghost that pops out. And a wobble is this. See, it's called a wobble, and it's a little spring, and you put one side to your project, one side to your surface, and it wiggles and wobbles like a weeble. All right, there she is. And And then, you know, then you get out your fun embellishments. Flowers, ribbon, leaves. You can do all the stuff that you do with the other crafting, you know, the DIY decor crafting. And you can use it on here. A lot of times when I do those projects, I take a lot from my paper crafting and incorporate it into the card. And then my time is almost up, but I could take, here's my card, and let's see if this will fit in here. That will. So it's a dark cardstock. You could use jelly pens, a white pen to write on it, or you could just put a piece of white cardstock. You love it. 11 for your little note right in here. Right? If you open it up, you can write your little message here. There she is. This comes with those fun little sayings. Where did I put them? Does anybody remember where I put the stamp? Oh, here it is. Any one of these, cut it out. It could go right across the front. Let's do it really quick. Let's do Together Forever. I'm just putting a little strip of paper in here. Use the magnet, line this up on here. Thank you. Thank you. Let's just do this. Just finish it. Together Forever, perfect stamp. I can cut it out just like this. I could use a tag. I can layer this. Let's see. I don't have any more of that green. Maybe black. I can attach it to the card with one of those brads. I am eyeballing the layer. Make it a little wonky because she's dead, and that's wonky. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, get some of my mounting squares, and let's see. These are tiny. I need my little pokey tool to get the cover off. I can't see what that emoji is, but I think it's a monster and it's so stinking cute. Okay. Here's what the back looks like with the little mounting squares. And there we go. And now we have a cute little Halloween card. That's a little wonky, but I did that on purpose. I did that on purpose. Right? Open it up, write a little message. Busted canvas, busted cardstock. You could do this busted on anything. I think it would be amazing in a, like, not just a junk journal, but scrapbook, right? How fun would it be for your Halloween pictures? I don't know. Is scrapbook coming back? It should come back. All the pictures that everybody takes, they're on their phone, but they could get lost. So we should be printing them out and getting back to scrapbooking. Right? Use your minds, use your imagination, use your hands, use all the things. But here's my finished card tonight. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining. If you have enjoyed, please thumbs up down below. Please give me a thumbs up. If you want to come back and watch us every Wednesday, you need to subscribe and hit the little bell to get notified for when we go live. And then go down into my description, go to Shauna's page, Frapps and Scraps, go to Christy's page, Christy's Crafty Cottage. Good night, my friend. Subscribe to all of us. You'll get notified for when we go live. We come to you live every Wednesday. We look forward to it. I am going to say good night. And as always, friends, thank you so, so much for joining me. Know that you matter and you are not alone. So friends, have a great rest of your week. I will see you next Wednesday. You mainly scrapbook? I love that, Regina. I love that. All right, friends, have a great night.